Hello, everyone. I retired at the age of 54, and that was 3 years ago. I can't believe it. And I wanted to just give you guys an update and let you know how it's going. Now, this isn't going to be your typical video where I do a lot of other footage. It's just going to be me talking and let you know how things are going. Now, for me, early retirement didn't just happen overnight. There's some saying that says that if you spend 10,000 hours, you become an expert at something. And so I probably spent that amount of time just learning about finances and trying to get better at dealing with our finances. I decided to be a stay-at-home mom. And so I spent a lot of time on, how can you learn how to budget? How can you learn how to live off one income and trying to make that work? And so I did that. And then the next level was trying to pay off our debt because we had so many student loan bills and trying to pay that off early. So I spent years trying to learn how to do that and just learning about budgeting and finances, read hundreds of books, probably took a lot of courses, did the free workshops through our church, financial ministry, became part of that. Watched a lot of YouTube videos and saw how other people were doing it. And I said, hey, I'm one of those type of people. I don't look at someone and say, oh, they're bragging, who do they think they are? My whole motto is don't hate, duplicate. And so if they can do it, I can do it too. And so that's how I approached it. And so I took what I learned from them and did it. During my last year of teaching, my mom was diagnosed with cancer, and I decided then I was going back and forth to see her and try to assist and help out. And it was really difficult last year of teaching. And so I was exhausted. And a lot of people don't realize teachers only, they say, oh, you get so much time off. We only got 3 personal days. And so trying to get family leave was a very lengthy process. And I knew it would take a while. It could be months, almost a year to get it. And my administrators were great, but I just said, you know what, I can't do this and juggle all of it. It was very stressful. And so I said, hey, I've been planning all these years. This is an opportunity. I've met the age requirement. I'll be meeting the age requirement that year. And so I said, I'm going to go ahead and take an early retirement. So what are some things that I do not miss and some things I do miss with working? One of the things that I do not miss, I do not miss the long hours. Oh my gosh, I worked so many hours. I mean, I literally worked every day. Sometimes I had to force myself, say, okay, you're going to take Sundays off because it was always, teaching is one of those jobs you're never finished. And so I worked and worked and worked. And so finally, I don't miss that at all. The next thing is I don't miss the long commute. On top of the long hours, I had a long commute. We lived in the Washington, D.C. area at the time, and the traffic was terrible, so it was a long commute. And then, because I couldn't afford to stay close to my job, no way, not near there. And then also just a lack of freedom to do what I want with my time. I didn't have that. And this is surprising. I don't miss my stuff. I don't miss any of my stuff. You accumulate a lot of stuff over time, and I thought I would miss that. Don't miss it at all. So another thing that I did not miss was just the upkeep of a large house and yard. I didn't miss that at all. But having a condo is not exactly a magic bullet either, because we had an issue with the condo that we're staying at. And what happened was we remodeled one of the bathrooms, and I happened to be home one week, and there was a flood, or some water overran in the unit above us, and it came down through the ceiling onto my brand new bathroom. So that actually happened twice. It happened in our bathroom, and then it also happened in our kitchen. So fortunately, both times we were home, but it was just a pain having to deal with that. The insurance covered it, of course, but just a pain having to deal with workmen coming in and trying to take care of that problem. So in hindsight, if I had to buy a condo again, I would probably buy one on the top floor so no one's above us, and that wouldn't be an issue. But that's something we're going to have to consider for the future, because we are gone so much, and I would hate for that to happen and we're not there. So I'm gonna have to have someone periodically check on our home while we're gone. So anyway, we'll see how this condo thing works, if we keep it or figure out how to go forward to be able to have that in the future. So on this channel, we cover good things, great things, and some of the things that are not so great. And so I just wanted to share that with you guys. So I don't miss the upkeep of a large house, but having a condo is not a magic bullet either. Things that I miss my friends a lot because we end up moving out of that area, so we could afford to do this. Both of us retire. I retired first, and then Kevin. And I miss gardening, but I've been able to see some of the most amazing gardens throughout the world. So the next thing I get asked all the time is, what do retired people do all day? Well, my whole thing is, if you sit down, you go down. And I think at this stage of your life, you really have to be intentional and put in your life the things that you want into your life. You really have to take time to do that. I know for me, I'm a planner. And so I really thought about what it is that I wanted to do before I retired. So if you're a planner, start thinking about that. What is it that you want to do? And if you're not a planner, you're more the spontaneous type, give yourself time to figure it out and try different things. I know a lot of retirees that I've met that are very successful is they always say this, and I say it too. When did I find time to work? Because most of us are so incredibly busy that, we're like, I don't know when we worked. When do we find time to work? Because you're very busy. And you'll be amazed how quickly your days are filled up with things to do. And then what's nice about it is things that you want to do. And then the last 3 years, we've been busy. We sold our old house, our big house, and we went to a small condo. Got our kids settled. One's moved across the country, another one's moved and got married, and bought a house and things like that. And so we've been doing some of that stuff, and just trying to take care of my mom. And of course, I've started YouTube, which is what you guys are watching here. And I had no intention of doing a YouTube channel at all. I started doing it so my mom could see where I was at and her not to worry, and so our family friends could see where we're at and not worry about us. I also started YouTube because I had a lot of people kept asking, well, you should start a YouTube channel. And I remember watching tons of YouTubes. That's why I got the idea of doing what we're doing. That's why I love YouTube, because it's changed my life as far as this whole life I'm living now. But one of the things people kept saying, oh, you should do a YouTube channel because a lot of people don't know about this. And I was thinking, well, during the pandemic, didn't other people watch the same stuff I watched? Because I thought everyone knew about this lifestyle. But obviously, it's still new. And YouTube is a incredible lot of work. And I haven't earned a dime from it. It takes a long time to get monetized, almost 2 years. You have to have 1,000 subscribers. And then even then, you don't make much money. It'd be nice if I could start making a little bit of money so I can upgrade my equipment. I would like to have an editing program, even hire editors. Hopefully that will take less time because a 10-minute video could take 10 hours. So it is a lot of work, but I do enjoy it. It has been a blessing. And then all the people I've met and touched, people write me and say, thank you for this information. So hopefully that is helpful to you guys. And then last but not least, my mom, just part of the reason why I stopped working early, was to be able to go and see her. So I was able to go down there a lot. Every time between different trips, I would go down there. I am glad that I was able to spend that time with her as much as I could. And I would have never been able to spend that amount of time if I had been still working, still teaching. So that was really nice. And the Vietnam fiasco, if you guys have watched that video, ended up being a mixed blessing because we were on this side of the world when she did pass, and I was able to get home the day before she died. So I'm grateful for that. That has been one of the benefits to being retired early. I've been spending way more time with all of my family members than I did before. And even with the time I spend with them, I'm present. I'm not always thinking about work. So that's been really nice. And that's been an added benefit of retiring early. So if you think that early retirement is for you, Like I said, one of the things I would think about is if you're a planner, plan out what you would like to do with your time. Are there hobbies and things that you've always wanted to do and you just never had time to do? This is your opportunity to do it. Dreams and things that you want to write a book, start a business, whatever it is that you wanted to do. Now, if you're the spontaneous type, maybe, retire, but give yourself the time to actually figure out what it is that you want to do and how you want to spend your time, because it's not going to be automatic. We think about when we leave high school or college or whatever, it takes time to get established. And it's the same way with being retired. It takes time. It takes time to put together the type of life that you really want to live. So give yourself that precious gift of time, because guess what? You have it. The next thing I want to talk about is the golden window of opportunity. We have this small window of time for those of us in our late 40s, 50s, maybe early 60s, when our health, our time, and money align. We actually have balance, with that at this point when you retire early. Because when you're young, you're broke. And when you're old, your health is horrible. And so here at this small, tiny little window, we have balance of health, time, and money. And so I am so happy that I did this and I didn't wait until I was older and I didn't have the health. I've met so many people that's one of the regrets, is that they didn't retire earlier and now they're in poor health and they thought they were going to do all these things and they can't. I mean, I already feel a difference in my health. I mean, I feel like I'm healthier, so that's been nice. But there's definitely a huge difference in how you feel as you're getting older. I mean, sometimes if I'm doing a long car ride, I get up and I have to unfold myself from the car. I mean, it's just things don't work like they used to. And so you want to take this opportunity and this time to really maximize this tiny window. And it goes quick. I can't believe I've been retired 3 years already. It goes so quickly. And I'm so glad that I'm grasping it and I'm squeezing it and I'm using it and getting as much value out of this time as I possibly can. And I encourage you to do the same as well. This small golden window for me, it's not about luxury, it's about freedom. Freedom to choose what I want to put in my life, freedom to explore all the things I want to explore. Sometimes I feel like there's not enough lifetimes to do all the things I want to do. Freedom to recharge when I'm just tired, So I have that freedom now. And also chasing joy while my legs still work and my passport's not expired. So final thoughts. Early retirement didn't just change my world, it transformed it. And it allowed me to travel the world, to see the world, to meet so many amazing people, to experience so many different cultures. And I wouldn't change it for anything in the world. It's been such a blessing. And if there's any way that you can retire early, make a plan and just do it. Don't be like so many other retirees who said, I wish I had retired earlier. We met a couple, we were in Dakar, I think Senegal, we were waiting in line, and they said that they were like us. They retired in their 50s, and this is 10 years later, and they're loving it. And they said they have no regrets. And I don't think I'm going to have any regrets either. I was scared to take the leap to retire early. I was afraid. I was like, oh my gosh, what if we run out of money? But the thing is, you find a way to make it work. And I was determined. That's why I said retire boldly, because I was determined to make this work. And I'm still determined to make it work. And worst case scenario is, if you have to go back part-time, full-time or whatever, then you just do it. And so that's what I would do if I have to. But I do not want to ever have to go back to full-time work. So thanks so much for watching our video today. I appreciate you guys. And thank you so much for your support. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. So until next time, take care, everyone, and cherish every moment.